Oh, okay. Even over here, I activate that. Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Boss Zombie. Welcome back to Fallout 76. The Pitt update is live, and I was just getting ready to finish the story, but you know what? Let's take a break from that real quick. Do some new content because I haven't really gotten to. I mean, I've done. Oh, something's wrong with my jumps. I've done. Oh. I've done 2 missions in the pit so far. I think the 2 types, but apparently each one has a bunch of variations to it, so who can say? I will admit, it's better than I expected. It is still very shallow in terms of replayability, but it's fun. The exploration in the pit itself is fantastic. It's just a shame that there's not a lot of depth to it. Oh, right, I could go through here, but I think it's... Yeah, it's better to go through the main doors. Yeah, there's just new responders walking around all over the place.
Always make sure to boil your water before you drink.
Thank you.
There's times you gotta accept the cards you were dealt and learn to make the best.
So at this point, the responders are back. Responders are back. The Brotherhood is back. The Raiders are back. The Enclave kind of never left, but they did mostly. So if they bring back the Enclave and the Free States, we'll have every faction that originally left back, or was killed off. Although you could kind of make the argument that the settlers are like modernized Free States. Oh, also I'm level 61 now, so I'm endgame build ready, kind of. Also, I forgot that when you unlock legendary perks, when you unlock the slots are unlocked account wide. I could have probably equipped those a long time ago.
Considering all of the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely lucky I'm here.
This is neat. I've just been in such a rush to like get into things. I haven't actually taken the time to explore around and see everything that's new. Like I haven't even really gone through the dialogue trees of the characters. Oh right, the new greeter.
Now that that's settled, did Miss Rucker have any...
Oh, how are we going to accommodate... The White Spring is in shambles! A mess! How can I clean that which continues to dirty itself? Oh, these responders have gone too far!
Why did they get a new voice actor for the Mr. Handy? What's wrong?
The better question is, what is right? Everything has run amok. Chaos. Chaos!
Alright, Jevel.
The responders have taken over the White Spring. Imagine all of the dirty footprints on the carpet. Dust all over the tables. The horror.
Who are you?
I am but a humble servant of the White Spring Resort, dedicated to greeting each guest with pleasantries and candor. Or I was, back when our guests had class and decorum.
Alright. Why are responders here?
It's some sort of relief effort for all of the refugees in and around Appalachia. If only there was a relief effort for my stress.
Who's in charge here?
That would be the enigmatic Orlando. They oversee the White Spring and are allowing the responders to stay here, as well as their constituents.
I should be going.
I do apologize for the mess. Please enjoy your stay.
Yeah, so now all the old stuff is still down there. It's just a separate load zone because I guess there's a lot happening up here now.
If you ever find yourself in a bind, you can always call on us.
Ooh, it's either super bright or super dark in here.
Management will be pleased to hear of all the activity here.
Who's management?
Well, hello, darling. A pleasure to meet another guest of our fine establishment. I am Orlando, your host and management liaison.
Nice suit.
If you'll pardon me for just one moment, that will be all. Please give my regards to Ms. Rucker. If you are here for leisure, I regret to inform you that our regular resort activities are temporarily unavailable. However, if you are here for the refuge and the fine work of the lovely responders, I am delighted to welcome you on their behalf.
What exactly is going on here?
Perhaps
I
you
flipped
have
through
not
this dialogue,
heard.
so I didn't even hear it.
The White Spring is now home to the refuge, a place of safety and care for all in need. The refuge is being run by the responders, individuals committed to the well-being of their fellows. They founded the refuge in response to new waves of refugees coming to Appalachia, people in great need of help. Food, medical care, clothing, a place to sleep. All of these are available for those who need them.
And why is the snobby hotel okay with that? The refuge is really open to anyone?
Anyone in need of help, yes. You appear more well off than our usual guests, though, if I may say so. Less bedraggled than those poor souls. Armed. The refuge exists primarily to serve those who cannot help themselves. The starving, the sick, the homeless. There is a clinic, a kitchen, beds, recreational facilities, all manner of care to be found here. I'm so pleased to be able to assist in my own small way, of course.
Okay, management?
Of course, dear. The owners of the White Spring itself. The resort, hotel, golf course, all of it.
And when you say the
Very much
owners...
still alive, I assure you, though regrettably unable to oversee affairs in current circumstances. As such, now that we have new guests, they have sent me in their stead to take care of things as needed. I couldn't be more pleased to do so. A delicious opportunity to be of help and meet fascinating people such as yourself.
Now maybe my lore is a little bit rusty, but from what I remember, and we've somewhat experienced playing through again, the normal staff and management of the White Springs either died or left. So is this all just like some kind of tongue-in-cheek? It's the Enclave running the show here with Modus and stuff? I have some questions about what you do here.
Darling, I am entirely
Because, I mean, technically
at your
they were in
disposal.
charge of the White Springs at the top. How exactly do you fit in all this?
As I've said, I am the management
she got upset by
liaison
that.
for the White Spring. I oversee the facility itself and its robotic staff. In addition, on behalf of the management, I arrange for the provision of certain material aid to the responders. They still have substantial resources and generously offer to share them to support their noble efforts.
Did the responders make a deal to set up their base here?
No, not by any prior arrangement. Perhaps you visited us before. I must apologize for the state you found.
Yeah, so where have you been this whole time?
Regular operation of the facilities had been stopped, of course, due to a lack of guests. Only the robotic staff remained. The responders, believing it abandoned, took up residence, a completely understandable occurrence, of course. With new and worthy occupants, the management felt it wholly appropriate that it find a new purpose, and sent me. Until such time as the world needs leisure resorts again, the White Spring is happy to support the refuge.
Man, this is really shady, but okay. How is it possible? This one, how is it still alive in charge of the White Spring?
Darling, you must understand. A place like the White Spring had, indeed still has, very wealthy people behind it. As was always the case, the truly wealthy had advantages the common people, such as you and I, lack.
Orlando,
As for
you
the
don't
White
seem
Spring
common.
Itself, the staff of top-of-the-line robotic servants, security, and maintenance allowed it to weather the worst.
I'd like to know about you, more about you, Orlando.
Me? Have I beguiled you already, dear? I appreciate the flattery, of course. You must allow me to retain some mystery for now, though. I wouldn't want you to lose interest. Perhaps we can talk more some other time. We both have more important matters at the moment, I'm sure.
If this is some kind of clever way to
Of course, dear.
establish
What can I do for you?
an enclave plot or storyline, I would be very much for it. Is something I can do to help?
What a wonderful thing for you to ask, darling. I knew there was something special about you from the moment I saw you. As it happens, the responders are looking for volunteers to assist them in a particular outreach effort. Those industrious wonders have repaired a vertibird to full working order and are using it to make contact with more distant settlements. They've made allies with people
Oh god,
in
a settlement
Pittsburgh.
needs aid.
The locals call it the Pitt now, who seem to be in dire need of outside assistance. If you don't mind me saying so, you look like you can handle yourself. You might be just who they're looking for.
Mm-hmm. The Pit. That's a grim nickname.
Judging by what I've heard, it's an accurate one, sadly. Pittsburgh was bombed quite severely during the war. The poor individuals still living there have renamed it to better reflect its dreadful circumstances.
Who are these allies?
They call themselves the Union. Something of a resistance movement, I understand, against more aggressive forces. One of their representatives is currently staying with us, a Mr. Skippy Rorich. Delightful man.
Wait, the responders have a vertibird? Yeah, that.
Indeed. Isn't that marvelous? They salvaged it and painstakingly repaired it. It's fully functional now.
How?
I was very pleased to be able to contribute to this effort in my own small way. If you wish to see it, it resides on the roof of the refuge between flights, along with its charming pilot, Ms. Lennox.
Now, how could she really be original White Spring staff? I mean, the vault... How long did the vault stay closed? Vault 76? I can check in a second.
Well, they'll be better able to explain the details, but I believe they're looking for fighters, actually. Their contacts in the pit are in something of a desperate situation, it seems, against a dangerous enemy. I hate the thought of you putting yourself in such danger, but it does appear to be for a good cause.
Let's say I'm in. What next?
Oh, you're terribly brave, aren't you, dear? Imagine if we all had such courage. Now, darling, before anybody bundles you off, the first thing you should do is introduce yourself to some of the responders. I just so happen to know a few in need of more local assistance, and helping them will earn you the other thing you'll need. That other thing, of course, being the ultrasight battery cells, which fuel the vertibird. Ultracells, if you prefer.
Ultrasight battery cells. Where are they getting those?
Why, from me, of course. Rather, from the management.
Okay,
via
Enclave.
Me, that
That's
is.
Enclave.
When management heard the responders were restoring the vertibird, they wished to help. They provided the ultracells, and I suggested them to the responders as an alternative means of fueling the vertibird. Per management instructions, I distribute a quantity to certain individuals regularly.
Okay.
Management feels this encourages collective decision-making rather than stockpiling. I'm sure they'd be willing to part with them in exchange for your aid.
If you control the supply of cells, why don't you just give me what I need?
My dear, you must understand, much as I would like to, my responsibilities do not permit
A lot
me
of
to
exposition.
do so. I am but a humble employee of the management, and I distribute their resources as instructed to the letter. I hope you will not begrudge me my loyalty. I find myself quite fond of you already.
Alright, now calm down.
It's been sunny all week.
If I'm going to the pit for them, shouldn't they just give me the cells?
In an ideal world, darling, I'm sure they would. Sadly, this is not that world, and any reticence on their part is understandable.
Reticence? Hit me with big words.
I don't want to speak for the responders, but I believe they may also see this as more for their union friends than for themselves. Your assistance with their more immediate concerns will ensure everyone benefits. Isn't that a good outcome?
Okay, who do I need to help?
Our lovely Ms. Rucker is the closest thing to a leader the refuge has, though I believe she's less than comfortable with the title. You can find her in their headquarters, beyond the dining area. The darling chef, Miss Rousseau, needs some assistance in the kitchen, I hear. And Miss Wagner, over in the common area, is looking for donations. I'm sure your generosity will be well rewarded.
Ooh, that might be an issue. Alright, I'll talk to them.
Wonderful, my dear.
This character has
I'm
not saved
certain
any
you will be
junk,
a tremendous
and I
help
would
to
need
them
junk
and
for
refuge.
that.
When you are finished with each of them, I recommend you speak with Mr. Skippy Rorich, the Pitt Union representative. I imagine he'll want to discuss the situation in the pit with you before you embark. Do feel free to visit me at your leisure if you wish to chat. I have an office in the management wing. You can't miss it.
Ooh, I actually have not seen...
Got a veiled threat from Orlando the other day telling me they'd reprogram me if I'm not more positive.
Oh, interesting. We've got they pronouns. Oops. Sorry, Orlando. I will try to keep that in mind.
Here that look ripe for the picking.
Oh, okay. So this is... Wait.
Wow, they've really gotten set up here.
Oh yeah, these are like the representatives from the other factions.
Can you lend me a hand?
Who are you?
Well, I'm a representative from Foundation. I'm just here to talk about some trade deals, and to request assistance with the recent stream of refugees from the pit.
What does Foundation think of the refuge?
Well, we think it's kind what they're doing here for the refugees, but a lot of them are coming to Foundation too, and we just don't have the resources to take care of that many people.
I've got to go.
All right, talk to you later.
Okay, and what does the Raider... There's also a Brotherhood representative somewhere in here. I saw him.
These robots
What?
sure make my job easy.
Who are you?
Who I am doesn't matter. I'm just here to keep an eye on things from Meg.
What does Creator think of the refuge?
Nothing but a problem. All it's doing is encouraging new people to come to Appalachia. Sickly people. If they're too weak to make it on their own, then maybe they shouldn't be the ones to survive.
Alright. Nice... Was that toothpaste around your neck?
Sure, whatever.
Potatoes here taste amazing. So fresh and only a few rads.
Okay. Where is the management?
Suppose a nice refuge like this is worth more hungry mouths?
Who's unique? You're refugee, responder, you're the medic. They actually set up a very nice kind of hospital wing here. The common room. Yeah, I haven't really taken the time to look around. This is pretty neat. Ooh, terminal? I can't do that well. You know what?
I'm not much for conversation. Allison talked my ear off.
I should change my outfit and everything if we're not doing Enclave. Try again?
There's no problem too big to solve.
Cleaning this place up actually gives me a sense of peace.
Can I... Oh, okay. Okay, so this is just archive and stuff. Okay, I can read that on my own time.
Arguing over comic book heroes yesterday.
This wanton robot.
The only thing is I like being in Power Armor because of the light. I wish you could... I wish you could change the light on the Pip-Boy. You could do it in other games. Why can't you do it in this one?
I think I heard a Protectron bark the other day. Am I going crazy?
Is there a barking Protectron in this game? I don't remember a barking Protectron.
These refugees wouldn't last one day in Creator.
Barking Protectron? There's no barking Protectron.
I should check if those Blue Ridge folks carry letters, too.
Curios.
Oh yeah, Giuseppe.
Curiosities.
Well, hello.
I haven't actually spoken to you yet, Giuseppe.
Ah, a customer. Here to peruse or buy? Either way, prepare your eyes for a feast of the senses, huh? A spectacle like no other.
What accent is that
I
supposed to
got a
be?
bit carried away, didn't I? Forgot to properly introduce myself. Giuseppe della Ripa, at your service. Tradesman and curio collector. Welcome to Giuseppe's Curios.
I guess he's going for Italian. It doesn't sound right, though. What is it you do here?
Buy, sell, trade, and count. I'm a collector of oddities and eccentricities, and I sell those eccentricities for the right price.
Yeah, ridiculous
Perhaps
amounts of
I
stamps.
might have something to your liking.
Where are you from?
Oh, I've called many places home. Clarksburg, New York, now Appalachia again. But none ring truer in my heart then the homeland. Italia!
Giuseppe, I don't believe for a second you're actually from Italy.
Ah, I believe in your language it is simply Italy. I was born there. I remember very little of it. There's still a connection. I think there's something that binds you to where your ancestors are from. It may not make sense if you've been raised in a place your family has always had roots in. Ah, don't mind me. I'm just rambling at this point. What makes it worse is knowing I can never go back. That, and not knowing what Italy's fate was after the bombs. Who knows what it looks like now?
That. Do that in the game. Show us another place besides America. What happened? What are curios?
You walk past and see a sparkle at the edge of your vision. Maybe it's a dusty mirror or a long-forgotten urn. A decades-old music box. That's a curio.
I forgot I had that. I forgot I equipped that. What brings you to the White Spring?
Fame and fortune. Or maybe just fortune. Perhaps neither. It's easier to earn money than to search for what you're really looking for.
What are you really looking for?
Let's just say I'm looking for some things I've lost that may be found again. I don't know if I can find them definitively, but it is worth the risk.
I keep overhearing you talking about riddles.
I have books upon books of riddles. They keep a man entertained. Besides, it's a good conversation starter. You have only ever seen me in the distance. Never up close. Look in any direction and I will be there. What am I?
The horizon?
Yes,
Oh.
the horizon.
Ooh,
Forever
this is a
in the
thing?
distance. No matter how far you walk, you will never reach it.
I'll be back later,
Do
Giuseppe.
come back.
Does that actually do anything? No, it does nothing. Okay then.
Try not to track all of that dirt into my shop. Hey, I already near broke my back trying to wash up the fallout.
Yeah, the devs too. They tried to wash all the fallout out of this game. And now they're slowly trying to bring it back.
Bloodbug's thing was nasty.
Oh, that's the Brotherhood guy.
I wonder what it was like pre-war when they were tiny.
I forget, are blood bugs actually mosquitoes, or is it like one of those semi-similar looking bugs that's not quite a mosquito? Ooh. I would guess management's probably somewhere in this area. Why are you still here? Ah. Wait, is this? No, it's not a real door. Okay. Wait, no, management was... Are you important? No.
Need anything?
No, you're all generic. Okay, so this is just a nice... This is actually a rec room. Wait, didn't the... Oh, no, I'm thinking of downstairs. Oh, okay, management and laundry. Wait, these are areas that didn't exist before, aren't they? I don't recall this part of the White Springs, but maybe I'm just misremembering. Ooh, look at those laundry machines. Alright. Ooh, management's office is quite nice. And quite empty. Who's this?
You think I have what it takes to be a responder?
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
Should I get another suit? Too ostentatious, perhaps? Still, appearances count.
Oh, again, Orlando. Let me look at you without crazy blinding light.
Back so soon?
I can barely... It's so dark.
I realize my company is electric, but the flattery is unnecessary. Well, a bit more wouldn't hurt.
Okay, so these look like... They're all the same?
Me, dear?
Oh, Tell me about yourself.
Do I have an admirer? Flattery will get you everywhere, darling. That being said, there is little to tell, really. I am the White Spring Management's liaison to the Responders' Refuge. It's a role I quite enjoy. It pleases me when I can be of service to others.
I'm not asking about your job, Orlando. Who are you?
I don't mean to be coy, dear. My work is my life, as they say. It fills my time and fulfills me. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? Besides,
are you a robot?
You find a bit of mystery all the more
Couldn't
compelling? If I bared my soul and told you everything, I'm sure you'd be terribly bored. If I remain an enigma, it might keep you coming back for more of these lovely chats.
Did Modus build a robot somehow? What about your past?
I can't imagine there's anything of interest to you there, dear. But you may
Orlando,
ask.
do you have a past? Where'd you come from before the White Spring?
Oh, here and there, darling. I've been to lots of places before the management asked me to take over here. If you want to imagine a thrilling and intriguing story about my past, don't let me stop you, please.
So you've traveled a lot, but you must have started somewhere.
Can't wait for my tell-all autobiography. I can't blame you. Who knows when I'll find the time to write it? How about just a little dark secret of mine to tide you over? I'm not from anywhere interesting, actually. Nothing remarkable about my origins at all. Disappointing, isn't it, dear? That's why I usually let people imagine their own version of things. Keeps them interested.
They're not gonna try to say that the Enclave can make synths, right? While the travel.
Working after a fashion. You must understand, dear, the management cannot travel.
Yeah, Modus can't move. I get it. Management is Modus. I got it, lady.
Instead, I have wandered far and wide, seeing to their interests and being their eyes and ears, hands too, as necessary. It had its good moments. I enjoy meeting new people, and much of the countryside is still beautiful, despite everything. But to be honest, my darling, it was a relief to come here to do this. It's been too long since I could remain in one place for a while. Promise me you won't get bored if I become a homebody. I'm getting used to a soft bed and clean clothes.
Weird. Something else?
Not at all, dear.
Okay, this is probably all the same, right?
I'm afraid you may wish to ask.
What's your perspective on the refuge?
A wonderful idea, of course. It can be a beacon of hope for the unfortunates of Appalachia. And as I believe I mentioned, darling, the management are very positive on the effort and give it their full support.
Something else?
I am ready as ever.
Okay. Management, please.
There is very little I'm permitted to speak about, but ask away, dear.
There should be a dialogue option that's like between you and me. Management is Modus, right? Like, if you're familiar with Modus, why not?
My dear, nothing would bring me more joy than to answer your questions. Your suspicions wound me. However, my employer values their privacy as highly as they value the fine work the responders are doing here. Suffice it to say, they are the owners of the White Spring, as I believe I've mentioned.
Something else.
I
Your duties.
I'll be delighted to explain what I can.
What sort of work do you do for management?
Oh, a bit of this, a bit of that, whatever they require. As you might imagine, the state of things prevents them from much travel. I go where they need me to go and see to what affairs they see fit. In this case, the White Spring itself and the refuge. Think of me as a concierge, my dear. I'm here to improve your experience in whatever way you require.
What do you do for the refuge?
My role as liaison is to facilitate the needs of the responders and our guests and speak for the interests of management. That sounds terribly formal, I know, but in practical terms, it means I do what I can to keep the White Spring livable and support the refuge. I oversee the robotic staff to attend to the former, and in the latter case, I arrange for the disbursement of resources from management, food, medicine, materials. Management has considerable resources, which they are happy to donate. I handle those arrangements.
If management is supplying the refuge, where's it all coming from?
Now, darling, you can't imagine I would tell you a thing like that. A less trusting soul might think you were pumping me for information in the hopes of planning a heist. Of course, I know that's not why you ask, but you understand why I have to be rather secretive on this subject, don't you? Let's just say management wisely invested its wealth when such things mattered, and are now well equipped to be generous.
If they do some kind of twist that it's not Modus in the Enclave, I'd be amazed.
Darling, whatever you like.
I get that they're trying to go for the super mysterious. Oh.
Certainly.
Oh,
what
I didn't
do
realize.
you
I thought it was leaving the
require?
conversation. Oh, this is just asking about the stuff here. Never mind. Talk to you later, Orlando.
Believe me,
they're trying to make Orlando
I shall
super
be
mysterious
counting
and
the
interesting,
minutes,
maybe
dear.
to lead up to
Come back safely.
future content or something. But it's like borderline obnoxious. I still can't. Since when could you not use terminals? Why is that a thing now? Let's see. Interesting. No logs, huh? $75 persons, portable water, clothing, mechanical tools, medication, antibiotics, anti-radiation. Okay. Pending review. Aerospace components suitable for military vertebrate sundry. Aircraft grade engine lubricant, 5 drums at 200 liters each. Medication, antiviral. Surveying equipment, including but not limited to theodolite? I don't know what that is. Clinometer, planimeter, and Geiger counter. Firearms, see note 2. Note 1. Miss Lennox winked at me and smiled when making this request, adding, could be a lot of fun under the right circumstances. Though I am unclear on her meaning, I have filed the request per usual. This came from our guest, Mr. Rorich, who then asked if the Whites could provide anything to aid his Union compatriots, specified, and I quote, big honking guns, you know what I'm talking about. In the interest of good faith, I've submitted this request to the owners in more formal terms. What I've likewise attempted to make clear to him that our assistance is more conventionally in a non-offensive capacity. But hey, you kid out a bunch of people with ooh, the textures. My eyes. You kid out a bunch of folks with Enclave grade weaponry and they'd have a lot less difficulty in the pit, really. Well, this was all terribly interesting. I'm going the wrong way. Let's start.
Helping people is our chief mission. The cool uniforms are just a nice bonus.
Okay, we'll talk to Sophie and the rest of the responders and kind of get the ball rolling in the next episode. So.
Can't believe we've got a vertibird. That's
Wasn't
a
that
step
guy
up
outside?
in the world if I've ever seen one.
Okay. Thanks for joining me. Come back. I'll have the next stuff up real soon. But until then, bye.